Continuing swiftly on with, of course, Palace Midas. This is definitely another one of those very, very iconic levels in Tomb Raider 1996. And starting off here with a lovely looking, beautiful dolphin pool. It's gorgeous. Again, I question every time now that I'm looking closer at these textures. Are these textures just AI upscaled, or are any of them hand touched up? That, again, the dolphin texture there, to me, in the new engine, or the new remastered Switch anyway, they look like they're AI upscaled. But again, look, if they are, they've done a reasonably good job, I have to say. And it certainly gives the idea of what the original developers were trying to intend. Gorgeous stuff. Yes. So anyway, why is Palace Midas iconic? Well, we are going to find that out very, very shortly. But first, let's have a look around. Ah, cool. Yes. Another open ceiling. You know what I'm going to say. Skyboxes. Here we are. So I suppose the best thing to do is to take a trip in to this room first, because I believe this is the room anyway that will, first and foremost, introduce us to some enemies that need a swift killing, a swift dealing of bullets directly to the chest. As I said, Lara just has no time for enemies of any description. Is this the room? I think this is the room that kind of gives us the idea of what should we actually be doing. No, it's not. Maybe it's the door to the room. Oh my god. The enemies, they always get in the way of my talking. My beautiful, beautiful talking that you want to hear. You want to hear me. You want to hear my voice, right? Okay. Dealt with. Right. So, well, there's a first pickup anyway, if nothing else. And an automatic... Like... Correct me if I'm wrong, like, if you've played this game, and if you've never played this game before, more so, and you want to comment below, I just want to know, like, the automatic doors situation. Like, I had to walk right up to that to know whether it opened or not. That, to me, seems like an oversight in the remaster, just for modern audiences. Not a bad thing. I like, exploration is, there we go. That is the room I want to get into. Just to explain what this level is about. More skyboxes. Beautiful. Anyway, I have 100 million thoughts going around my head. And yeah, the automatic doors thing. I just think it's something that the average player these days is not really going to have the patience to go searching, you know? Exploration was part of the video game. 100%. Like... That's part of the whole thing of Tomb Raider for sure. But for modern audiences, I don't know. I can just see people kind of getting tired and just being like, yeah, moving on now. Oh, gorillas can climb. I can't get up in that roof by the looks of it. Yeah, okay. I'm not even going to try. Worst comes to worst, if I'm missing a item, I know that... Jesus Christ, I know that it's probably... They're really throwing the gorillas at me right here at the start. Anyway, yeah, do I hear another one? At least... At least I can come back here if I'm missing that item at the end. And I know where it is. Right. After Lara has put down the entirety of a tribe of gorillas... Maybe the gorillas are now extinct. Who knows? We're now moving on. Who knows? Who's got a nose? I can't get up there from here, I believe. Doesn't look like it. I do miss that about third-person games as well. So, like, now that we have free camera control, that we can move it anywhere, like, people will look at stuff that way. Say you want to look up there, you'll just move the camera up there. But I do miss a good look button. And there's something about that, having the control over Lara's head, really, to look around it is cool. And if you keep running, you can actually look around while she's running. And they use that, obviously, then at certain points in the game. They actually code that in, that she will look at a point. We saw it in caves at the very start. It's not as used in Tomb Raider 1 as it would be in other titles in the game. Or titles in the series. Oh god, I lost a lot of pointless health there on a freely roaming... freely rolling... my English. A freely roaming alligator. There is a tongue twister anyway to try. Okay, should I go up or should I go down? Down first, I suppose. Although up... You should always go up before you go down. No, I was right to go down. So this is the room. This is the magic special room, which we will show everybody what this whole level is about and why it is called the Palace of Midas. Oh my god. Nearly dead. Use another one of my small medkits because I need to. Right, so we've got a... What? It's about time. Take a close look at the all ancient time devices. What, is there only one in the game? That's a nice change. Again, beautiful change. And it makes sense because this is kind of like, this seems like a sun garden of some description. Ah, cool. I've never even noticed that really, to be honest. In previous playthroughs, it sticks out now. Lovely water fountain area. You know, they did a lot with so little back in the day, didn't they? It's just not the same anymore. Those, the OG sprites of items stick out like a sore thumb, where the other ones don't. Okay. Right, I believe I go through here. And then we will find out what all of this Palace of Midas is about. Any average intelligence viewer will know straight away what the reference to Midas is. And of course, here we go. We have statue of Midas. And remember I said in the last level on the old graphics, and I was totally right, there was up in the ceiling in the Colosseum, the corner of the Colosseum was the letters M, and then I think they had the I and the D, and I knew it was from this level because the texture is the exact same. That's so cool. So yes, we have a massive... Oh, interesting. They've kind of... That glitched out polygon of another hand up there is a bit bad. But yeah, so anyway, any of you that know your Greek history will know of Midas. And the story of Midas, of course, is that anything Midas touched turned to gold. And of course, we've got one of Midas's hands down here. And in the remaster, they've gone very much into the idea that they're showing off exactly what happens. They're like the cracks with the yellow or the gold kind of showing through. So, of course, any player worth their salt. I love it. They've, you know, modeled the fingers properly and the toes properly here. That's class. But anyway, any player worth their salt is going to stand right on top of that hand, right, and see what happens. And I'm even more interested in finding out what's going to happen. And the reason is because there are two versions of what happens in this game. And we will find out together what's going to happen. Should we watch it in the HD first? Or the original? I think the original might be better. There we are. So yes, poor old Lara is turning to gold. Brilliant. And let's just have another look now in the new version. Ah, and they've actually gone for the other version in the HD as well. That's so brilliant. That's excellent. So yeah, that was one of my questions all along going into this version of the game. And the question has been answered. I asked, like in episode 3, whether the water in the pools was based off the PC version or the PlayStation version because they render differently. And so one of the differences between the PC version and the original PlayStation version, I'm not sure about the Sega Saturn version, is how it does the gold rendering in this. And I can tell straight away that this is based off the PC version because in the OG version here, the gold she turns into is matte. And on the PlayStation version... So yes, as you can see here, that the reflections on the PlayStation 1 version were actually a reflective... I suppose there's a reflective property anyway, certainly off the textures. Not 100% sure into how they went about doing that, But yeah, so this is actually based on the PC version because the PC version did not have those same reflective properties as on the PS1. And funnily enough, then obviously they've based the modern design of the reflections more on the PlayStation 1 version because they're actually accurately modeling some type of reflection of the level geometry on the model. That's very interesting to know, and we know that, for me anyway. I'm sure other people already know this, but for me that is put to bed because it is based off the PC version. Super cool to know. Anyway, enough of turning Lara into gold, and let's move on. So what we need to get is something to put on Midas's hand to maybe break the old curse of everything that he touches turning to gold. But first, in this room, oh, if I can actually get down, in this room there is a secret, and let us head there to that secret. Very well hidden secret, actually. And the thing is, it's actually less obvious where this switch is in the original graphics. So there's a switch for one of these gates over here, and in the original graphics it's actually almost impossible to see, but in the new graphics it's actually way easier to see this switch, as you can see here, hidden behind the grass. So it's like you're literally picking, or you're pulling nothing. And then we're going to head into this secret room here, which has one of my favorite types of traps in a game like Tomb Raider. Right, I'm definitely saving before I try this anyway. Very reminiscent of Prince of Persia, if anybody has played that and knows the jaws of death. Oh, that's an instant death. Oh, I get the feeling this is going to take a bit of time. Well, especially if I keep doing it like that. Am I ever going to get this secret? No. Maybe I have to jump or something after I go through. Well, don't go straight through anyway. And of course it's a spike pit. So to make it even harder, how many deaths can I get before I get through? Gonna be here a while. Right, finally I got through. That was way harder than it probably looks. I had to jump right at the edge before it opens. But anyway, there are a few items in this room, so I gotta make sure I pick them all up. I think it's 3, so I've picked up the one in the middle, and I've picked up the one at the side. And I believe there's no more that I can see anyway in this strange apple tree / secret room. Again, that's another secret that I don't think I've ever personally seen. And I'm going to save it on the way back. Let's see how many times it takes me to get back. Get back! Get back before the spikes kill you. Oh, first time. Lucky me. Okay, right. So now on to the adventure proper. So we've got to find a couple of items to put on Midas's hand. And to break the curse, as I said. So this time I'm going to head up because we've gone the other direction, and now it's time to go up. I believe I'm going to be attacked by more. Should I go up the steps first or should I go down? Let's stay down. We'll work our way up to the top and see what happens. I believe there's a good couple of enemies down here, if I remember correctly. There always is, really. In what Tomb Raider game isn't there? Ooh, 2 fully grown male lions. Or at least lions that are hungry for Lara's. Ooh! This is yet again another episode of death. And like, honestly, here I am conserving ammo for my shotgun, which I have 29 bullets for, and my magnums, which I have 400 bullets for. Like, let's just use the guns. Like, they're there to be used. I know I could probably save the ammo for later on, but like, let's get to it. Brilliant. Lovely stuff. Well used. Yeah, the magnums are definitely way more what's the word in this game than the automatic pistols are in Tomb Raider 2. They're definitely more full-bodied sounding. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted by those two adult male lions, I remember getting quite stuck in this area for some reason. I think just looking for which way am I supposed to go. And I know we do actually end up climbing up on this lovely viaduct is the only way I've always thought to describe it. It's got this kind of viaduct vibe. And once we get up to the top, you'll see why, because it looks like a thing that used to help carry water throughout ancient Greece or something like that. Nothing special in there. Any other items before I move swiftly on? Always check down every nook and cranny and get attacked by a gorilla. Well, look, at least I got back my magnum bullets that I spent on those wonderful lions. Wonderful? Okay, right. Pick them up, the 2D sprites, and move on. And we're off. Okay. Can I actually climb up here? Is there any reason for me to climb up here? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, and there's no reason for me to climb up any of them. Alright. So, I suppose that area is literally to pick up them magnum bullets and waste a few of those magnum bullets on pointless lions. Let's see, did I get all of them back? I did, and then some. So I got, at least, you gotta spend money to make money, so you gotta spend magnum bullets to make magnum bullets, I suppose. But yeah, I have all those weapons, and I just am such an old school gamer at heart that I often just hold on to the precious items and never use them. I think it funnily enough comes from Resident Evil, really, of all games, where you just hoard items for such a long time. Ah, here we are. This is a room a lot of people don't enjoy. This is a lot of moving around and a lot of there's actually a good bit of puzzle solving here. Lovely. More gorillas that Lara is putting down. So it's simple enough, really. The puzzle is to do with doors and symbols, and as you can see, there are symbols on many of these doors. Some of them are round, and some of them are kind of triangular, nearly like a Y. And my guesses, based on what they're doing, is one of them is a up symbol and one of them is a down symbol. And so there's yet another door. So we have 4 doors and or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 doors and 4 sets of symbols. And each of those symbols correlates to a switch, which we're going to climb up to switch now shortly. And then we will move on. Right, let's find the platform that I need to get to. I think it's over here, yeah. Do a small bit of quick Lara crafting. Lara Croft. Is there an item up there? How in the hell? Oh yeah, okay. How in the hell do I get up there? Jump to this one and then jump over to it. You have 2 legs and 2 arms. Again, if that's upscaling, it's just done very well. Then some of the textures I'm not so sure about. Oh, barely. It's not even a secret. That deserves to be a secret with how hard it is to get to those items. Right, and you're going to pick up the other one now, Lara. More magnum bullets and more small medkits. Okay, yeah, so there's switches over there, which I've got to get to. And that's what I'm going to do now. And yet again, they've actually made this room have a lovely open plan ceiling. I'm all about the open plan ceilings. I think they look great. Okay. I have a feeling I'm not going to make this jump, so I'm going to save it. I'm playing this level very, very carefully. Well done, Lara. Well done, girl. When you're just not used... I'm gonna fall off, haven't I? No, I'm not. Well done me, and I did it in absolute style. With style and grace. I am... It is the something something of the United States. What's that from? Miss Congeniality? She's got style, she's got grace. She's Miss United States, that's what it is. Miss Congeniality, what a movie. What a great movie. Ah! Sandra Bullock at her absolute best. Oh god, I haven't seen that movie in so long. Do you know, and I do, like, I've seen the sequel once. Miss Congeniality. I don't know why I'm talking about Miss Congeniality now. That's what you get when you got two sisters growing up and you watch all these kinds of movies. Not as stylish. But yeah, Miss Congeniality 1 is a very good movie. The second movie, I don't even know what happens in it. Couldn't even tell you. I think it starts at an airport. I think I might be right in thinking that. Okay, right. I think I have to jump this a little shorter, do I? Maybe I can just do a hop jump. So, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it, and this can be a running jump. A hop back, and run and jump. Lovely stuff. There are no items as far as I can see. There is. How the hell are you supposed to get up there? Would she be able to jump up there just from standing? Like Lara can surprise you. How? How am I supposed to get up there? How? How? Tell me. What the hell? How am I supposed to get up there? No, seriously, like... Does that fall down at some stage? I'm hardly supposed to jump from here, or jump from down there, maybe? Like, I'm hardly supposed to... do a running jump from there. That seems incredibly hard. I don't know if that's the way to get up there at all. I'm gonna try it. No way. No way in holy hell I'm gonna get up there. Okay, I'm gonna leave that item, but I've got to remember where it is. So here are the 5 switches which correlate to the up and down symbols. I'm gonna take a trip down here just to see what the hell is actually down here. Alright, we've just... Ah! That's what it is. That's just a switch, and a nice easy way up and an easy way down. Lovely stuff. Right, brilliant. That's lovely. Okay, let's start with the small door. Why not? So we've got up, or sorry, down, up, 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 down. So that's from left to right. So let's do that. So down on that one, and down on this one. And that should open by right. Should have opened that door down there. It sure did. Right. Let's roll off. Or just walk straight off, Lara. That's fine too, if that's the way that suits you. Okay, here we go. Into room number 1. Can't remember what's in any of these rooms. Immediately met by a hungry lion. A lot more enemies in this level than there has been in any previous level so far. Taking on like... Oh, look at those. Look at those lovely little open skylights. That's class. Yeah. A lot more enemies. I took on so many gorillas there at the start. Like a mental amount of gorillas. Gorillas. This is lovely. Still don't know how I'm supposed to actually... Genuinely, how I'm supposed to get up to that item. Is it like a way of hanging? You have to hang off something? Then that wouldn't make sense because she can't climb around corners in this game. Might have to look that one up for myself because I don't really foresee myself finding that out easily. Unless the room changes, which is a possibility. Sometimes the level of sand or blocks changes. Right, so we have here, it says we need 3, literally, bars of gold. And I suppose I have to put them on there or into here, is it? Yeah, and she'll go,
No.
no, not gonna do that. My name is Lara. No. And that'll open that door. Okay, so I need 3 bars of gold. Okay, right. Will that door stay open for me? The down, up, up, up door? Right, the next door, so on the list of doors is up, up, down, up, down. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so we've got up, up, and then down, up, down. So this one's going down, and that other one is already up. So that should be, and it is, that door down there. Let's go check out what is through door number 2 without crashing into a wall as well, Lara. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Right, we've got definitely some enemies. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at? Pressure plates. Does that do what? No, seriously. Pressure plates to do what? Why don't I remember this room at all? Well, the spike pits are the spikes on the floor are slightly memorable, but this room is memorable. We'll find out together for the first time again. It's like watching a movie, you know, that you haven't watched in so many years. Even though I've played Tomb Raider so many times, there's always that 1 or 2 parts that you just don't remember, and you go, what was I supposed to do here? I love that. I love that your brain just forgets. What was that? What happened? I don't like the sound of that. It sounded like bats. Right, and this leads up here. But you wonder then, if you don't quite... okay. If you don't quite remember parts of a game for whatever reason, is it that you don't remember them because they're badly designed? Or like, you know, if you... Brilliant. Anyway, or is it just bad game design or bad filmmaking if you can't remember it after a few years? Just a bland part or something. Now, I am going to save the game here because I don't want to die yet again. And I'm going to hop. No, I'm not. I'm going to die again. Jesus Christ. This is the episode of death for me. I don't know why. Thank you, Lara. Cheers. I appreciate it. I got a feeling these roofs are going to cause me a small bit of issue. Because it looks like they are places where she can bonk her head. Woo! I did say, like, right at the start of this playthrough, it's just playing on the controller. This is unnatural to me. Like, I can play, clearly, but, like, I'm just nowhere near as skillful as I am with a keyboard. There's something about... I don't know why the directional pad... I think it's because when I'm playing with a keyboard, I'm using my right hand for the directions, and now I'm using my left thumb, and just the feeling of weight and momentum that Lara has doesn't translate in my head anyway, certainly to this. Oh god. Oh, sweet Nelly. Like, gorillas are, like, extremely dangerous animals to deal with. Ah, here we go. So I've picked up a few pieces. And that's what it is. So it's actually, you don't cure anything from Midas, but what you get is you need blocks of gold, and you get blocks of lead. And you need to change the blocks of gold into something else. There will be plenty more of those noises where they came from. Okay, alright. What is the next door on the agenda? I suppose we'll probably leave this door for last. One with the missing symbol. I love that. Like, that's just a little quaint piece of puzzle solving. And it's even in the original texture as well. Anyway, right. So this door is what? Up, or sorry, down, up, 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 up. So we'll do that. Okay, and that one goes down, and the rest are up, and oh, you know, I just had a thought about that med kit. This might be... I might have actually seen a trophy in the trophy list about this. This is this is a bit of an unconventional way to get this, but yeah, I haven't even spoken about it yet. One of the fairly well-known things about the original Tomb Raider engine is a well-known thing called the corner glitch, and let's see if I can pull it off first go. Not quite. Am I set up for it? No, right. So yeah, what you have to do is you have to kind of face at a 45-degree angle at a corner, and then you have to jump. That doesn't seem to be it. There we are. And yes, Lara will just glitch straight up to the med pack. Totally unconventional way to get that med pack. Ah, you corner bug. Get an unreachable medipack in a Palace of Midas. I did see that trophy, so... Right, so did the developers put that in day one? Like, is there another way of getting that at all? Or is that the only way? Like, if that's the only way, that means the developers knew about the corner bug early on and just left it in. It's cool that they left it in because, you know, there's glitch speedruns of this game which are absolutely incredible to watch. Oh, this room. Oh my god, this room. I actually have to, like, I have to call out like, I myself watch a bit of Tomb Raider content online, and there's a couple of different people that I've watched over the years playing Tomb Raider, and one of the best speedrunners I've actually seen is a girl from Manchester in the UK called pesky93, and yeah, you just gotta check out how she does. I've never seen anybody move through this room. Now, I haven't watched a lot of different speedrunners playing the game, but just the way that she's able to hop from platform to platform and not be set on fire in this room is absolutely incredible. Well worth checking out. I don't know how I feel about the fire. I don't know how I feel about that. So this is a timed room, obviously. But I've seen that girl, Bexkey93, do this room by not even touching the fire and like hopping on the edge of the platform. But I am actually going to get set on fire because I think there's a trophy linked to being set on fire. So I'm just going to wait. Because obviously that's the start line. And once it past the start line, it gives you a few seconds to get across before dying. So you actually do have to do it quickly. But she kind of weaves, the speedrunner just weaves outside. It's really actually class to watch. Okay, can we go on fire again, please? Hello? I'd really like to go on fire now. So that I can put Lara out. I also think the fire on the original version, the sprite that when she does actually get lit on fire is ridiculous. There we go. Tempered Lara. Catch a fire and put it out with water. Catch on fire and put it out with water. Brilliant. Okay, lovely stuff. The fire is definitely more reminiscent of the Last Revelation upgrades onwards, like Chronicles and the Last Revelation. I suppose I should save it here and try that out. So yeah, if you are interested in seeing a class speedrun though, check out Bexkey93. Really great stuff. Brilliant. Well, that's what a save is for. Also, the other thing that I didn't point out about the original PlayStation version is, no, not good enough at all. Yeah, the saves were linked to save crystals, which showed up in the world. They kind of look like the tops of Sims. The Sims little, I don't know what they're called, the Sim Gem. It looks like a Sim Gem, basically. Super Prince of Persia room, actually. Prince of Persia, the original. Just for making it through the room quickly, kind of thing. Before the fire comes back on. Now, I'm not going to do it the speedrunning way. I'm just going to go back the normal way with the rat-infested water, which we won't even look at them for the moment. But yeah, the speedruns of these games are like incredible. They're just the movement. It really shows you how agile Lara actually can be if you're super good at the movement in this game. Right, the last one so is up, or yeah, up, down, down, up for the second 4, and then a different one which we can try. So we'll try both. Okay, well, I haven't activated yet, but I do hear more enemies. Gorilla has come up to say hello. And he's going to get absolutely lambasted with bullets. Is that him dead? It is. Lovely. So, I have the second lot of switches the right direction, and the first one is also an up by the looks of it. So there we are. That's the last door. Do you know, I love the simplicity of the puzzles as well. Like the puzzles are little head scratchers, but like the simplicity of the setup of get 3 objects, put the 3 objects here, or do this with the 3 objects. I really love simplistic design like that. Oh, that's a very cool looking room. Again, it's a every time you change from the old graphics, which I love, like I love low poly PS1, the old, the just early 90s low poly look is it. This is my wheelhouse. So close. This is like my favorite style of graphics. But when you change back, it's like, I understand what the room is kind of supposed to be now. Whereas before, it's way more abstract. It's class. I just love the graphics. The graphics are so good in this game. Okay, right. So I suppose, what is that? That was a glitch. Why is what? What is that about? Let's have a... What? I can zoom in with the camera, can't I? Why has just random geometry popped into being over there? That's very unusual. I presume there's nothing there. Nope. Alright, moving swiftly on. Let's go through this door and find out what other bad guys need to be dealt with. I can go up and I can go down. Oh, is this a room with a changing floor? Possibly. That looks like what I think it is, which is yes. Ah, that's exactly what it is. We'll hear a big... Yeah, a big scary loud crash is what we just heard. Another skybox. I wonder, can I... No, the ceiling isn't high enough, unfortunately. They thought that one through anyway. But I can move it out of the way and see what's behind it. So we've just moved one of the parts of the column, which has obviously dropped down a level of a column. So this is a floor changing, as in a level of a floor changing room. Let's see what has happened here. Right, the entire ceiling has kind of caved in. So that must have been something to do with those glitchy geometries. See, this stuff in this game is really cool, and they only do so much of it in Tomb Raider 2 and 3, but in this game they really take advantage of several moments where you have floors that will change, like geometry that will completely change once you've done something in the world. I'm going to have a quick look upstairs, see where that room leads before I try to hop up around that direction. Because I haven't even been on top of the viaduct area yet. This is a long enough level. So, where has this given me access to? There's no way in holy hell I'm making that jump. Not in a million years. Like, was there any real need for me to have to come up here? Like, I could have hopped from that platform that I found down there to here, right? Maybe not. And then what I love is the puzzle of finding out, like, is this a pitch of geometry that Lara can stand on and not slide down? Who knows? Will we find out? Who knows? Okay, right. We'll do a little cool jump here. Oh, here we are. And Lara stops dead. I was listening to a really interesting podcast the other day, actually, about the one of the CEO or founders of a company called Domark. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but Domark used to make games in the 80s. They had a lot of licensed games back in the day. They were, by all means anyway, a highly successful company, and the two guys that founded it, one of them Dominic and one of them Mark. I actually can't remember Dominic's second name. So Dominic Wheatley, according to the internet, but the podcast was with Dominic, And the interesting story about Dominic and the company Domark is Domark went on to be Eidos Interactive. Later on, it was actually what they described in the podcast as a kind of a reverse takeover, because Domark were the bigger company and Eidos ended up taking over Domark, and Domark took the name Eidos then. But so one of the last games that Dominic Wheatley was involved with before he actually left the company was ushering in Tomb Raider into the world. So the original Tomb Raider, 1996's Tomb Raider. And he had a really, he's an excellent storyteller, actually. Funnily enough as well, he was not a game designer. He had no idea about games. And one of the things he said on the podcast was that he brought a VHS copy, which he had not seen at that stage because he was not directly involved with the making of Tomb Raider. It was Core Design property, of course, and Core Design were just doing the game for Eidos. But he brought a VHS tape to kind of that year's E3, or what was CES, I think. And he said there were a load of really bored and jaded, we'll say, like investors in a hotel room going to watch this new tape of this new game, this new Eidos game, and it was called Tomb Raider. And himself, Dominic, had not actually seen any footage of the game yet. He was just told, go to the thing, you're the head of the company, or you're one of the heads, go to the event and sell this game. And he said he put on the original trailer, or at least anyway the product trailer for Tomb Raider, and it's obviously it's Lara running around killing enemies, 2 guns, and apparently right at the end of the VHS tape she kind of turns to the camera and winks. I actually don't know. I don't know if the video is online. I haven't actually checked it up since I listened to the podcast. But he said he turned around to these old jaded like investors of like whooping and hollering, clapping. They loved the trailer so much, and that's when Dominic knew that the game was of course going to be a hit. But I think it's a great podcast. It was on a podcast channel called the Retro Hour. Definitely check that out if you're interested in hearing a bit about Domark. And he goes a little into the takeover of Eidos, the Eidos takeover right at the end, but it's mostly about Domark. But he's a great storyteller, not a video game designer by trade, but actually originally a marketing firm executive. But yeah, super compelling storytelling anyway, and well worth the hour that you would listen. Now, finally, I've killed a couple of enemies, and I have found the last room with the secret in it, I believe. Or no, the second last secret in this level, which requires a bit of, fancy platforming, which I think I can do. I think. I speak now, but forever hold my tongue. So yeah, right over there. The water looks so nice. Pretty water. So right over there is a health pack, and I think it takes a little bit of precision platforming. So yet again, saving the game. Oh god. Right. I'm gonna have to probably take a running jump. How do I get there? How do I get to that point? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? It's none of those. It's definitely, I have to definitely go this direction, but... Do I have to do like a turning jump or something? I could be here a while. I could be absolutely here a while. Maybe I'm supposed to hop one and then hop again quite quickly. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, that's how you do it. Brilliant stuff. That's hard enough one to get. And there we are. Secret number 2, which is magnum bullets, and of course, beautiful small mid pack. We've got a broken ceiling there, so I suppose we'll be going up higher in a minute. Okay. Right, the next and last secret that I will be getting in this location. And by the way, we are now in the cool viaduct area. Obviously, I was down there earlier. Do you know the levels are super large in the original Tomb Raider? I suppose owing a lot to its simplistic design values. And there we are. You don't actually even have to pick up the secret if you don't want to get the secret from this location. Okay, we have the secret. The secret is in. I'm going to save in a different save, I think. Yeah, we'll go. I like having a lot of saves. I'm one of those type of people. Woo! Angry gorilla. Yeah, I'm just one of those people that just likes to have a lot of saves when I play a game. Partly because I like to actually return as well to specific parts of the game if I ever want to go back and have another second look. It's if I just have one save, I feel like that one save could get corrupted. I also feel like then I won't have the opportunity of going back and checking out the other areas at my own leisure. So that is why I'm one of those people. You see, that's exactly why I came down here, because I thought I wouldn't spot an item, and I was correct. Look in every nook and cranny. If there's one thing Tomb Raider has taught me, it is exploration is key, especially in games like this. Right, I hear enemies. I see enemies. I'm hoping that the enemy will easily die. Thankfully he went away. Nothing down there. Oh, I see another item over there. So I will go over and get that. That was the sound. Die, 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 die. Oh! No, don't push me off. Dead. Wonderful stuff. No item down here. Nothing. Okay. I suppose I'm going to be doing a little jump across there, so by the looks of it. Do I have three pieces of lead? Oh, it didn't feel like I was going to make that at all. Literally recording my own sounds that can be used, you know. Somebody should make a soundboard of all my grunts and noises. This definitely feels like one of the longer levels though in the game. Just a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff to see, a lot of items to pick up as per usual. Well, not usual. Anyway. Right. The bats must be killed. Assume I'm good. I hear another. The camera is a little all over the place, just the tiniest bit. It seems to have been changed to the point that it has kind of, there we are, it's kind of fucked up the original camera a tiny bit. I've seen a small bit of complaints about it online, but I thought it was in reference to the modern controls, but it turns out that it looks as if it's also affected this. This tunnel gives me the feelings of you're gonna die. So, gotta save. It's a pure boulder dropping tunnel. Do you know where we might be heading now? We might be heading up to that room that has the broken floor. Yeah, there it is, that I can fall directly down into the room with the pool of water. So, I'm going to do a little hop, skip and a jump. Pick up the right items. And you know what? We're not going to disturb those plates at all. Let them be. I wish they did a thing in the game where they kind of jiggled or made noise when you jumped, kind of like the original Prince of Persia. Probably would have been too annoying to you know, code in or something at the time, and probably not worth it really. Okay, let us slide down and see what happens down here. Well, at least there's nothing to fall into. Always save though before you slide down a slide. I get the feeling as well, like, the secrets in this game, I would never be able to find them on my own. But at least most of them are, like, largely doable. Some of them require a small bit of tricky platforming, but I have a feeling as the games go on, and I don't even want to begin to think about whether I should get all of the secrets in Tomb Raider 3. We've got another lion. At least I've distance between me and him. Yeah, but I get the feeling that overall the secrets are going to get way harder to achieve as the games go on. More beautiful Nathan McCree stingers there. This is a boulder room, I think. Save the game. Always save the game. Save early, save often. I'll have that 86 save trophy in no time. Like, I don't like the look of that room at all. It's a pure... There's a boulder gonna come out of nowhere room. Okay. Oh, yes. Alright. Okay. Yes. This is this room and the two doors that I was wondering how I would eventually get up here. And now we're up here. And I presume... The hope is there is going to be one more of those blocks somewhere here. What is the enemy? I don't really need to deal with him. My health is alright, right? Yeah, it's grand, yeah. Right, let's go for it. As I said, I do not think in Tomb Raider 1 there are any underwater pick-upables. And also, another thing that I failed to mention is I don't think there's any climbable textures either in Tomb Raider 1. Aside from that secret in like level 3, the Lost Valley, none of the textures as far as I know in this whole game are actually climbable. At least the bats only take one bullet. And here we are, we're on that roof that I wondered if I could get up to this roof, and turns out you can. But you just go a different way. Oh, we can kind of see outside there. Let's have a quick look at the skybox texture. And a sunset. Wonder what that's an actual picture of. Who knows? Right, there's Lara. Lovely stuff. And here is the final piece of gold I need. Or rather, you know, it isn't quite gold yet. But it will be gold soon. I believe that's all of the pick-upables. 23 out of 23. 23 things to pick up in this game. Or in this level. Ooh, I don't like the look of that. That looks like a bad drop. Can I drop down the other side? Would it be easier? Right. Yes. Let's take on this lion. Get him out of my way. Oh, two lions. Two lions. Not good. Not good. Not good. Don't die. Just as I die. Okay, pesky lions dealt with. Let's head back to Midas's hand. Okay, so the idea here is we put 3 lead bars onto Midas's hand, one by one by the looks of it, and we get ourselves 3 gold bars. So that's 1, that's 2, and that is 3. Lovely stuff. Okay. Right, so we have our 3 golden bars, and we're going to head back now and put them in their slots. You know, I can see why this level would be an annoyance for speedrunners, just because of those switches and opening those doors and getting each individual bar of gold and then having to change the gold into the thing. Like, it takes a lot of time. Second gold bar, put that in there, Lara. And the final gold bar. Put that in, and that should open the door, and that should be the end of the level by all accounts. I should have just done a roll there, but I didn't. And there we are. Palace Midas complete. 54 minutes. Took a bit of time. 3 out of 3 secrets found. 23 out of 23 pickups. 39 kills. So a lot of enemies in that, and a good bit of distance traveled as well. 5k. Lara did a couch to 5k today. Anyway, thank you very much as always for watching. I hope you're enjoying my continuing playthrough of Tomb Raider 1 Remastered here on the PlayStation 5. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.